Hey guys, Jordan here. Welcome to building the ultimate budget sim racing rig. We've built the cockpit, we've set up the Aztec Initium wheels and pedals, added the display and PC, powered everything up, and now it's time to look at the accessories that make it all come alive. From shifters to handbrakes, gloves and other add-ons, these are the little things that make the experience go from good to great. Now Black Friday's here and MSI are dropping their biggest monitor deals ever, including their QOLED lineup with discounts of up to 45% off. Models like the MPG 272 URX QD OLED and the MPG 321 URXW QD OLED are hitting their best prices yet. MSI are also running two other promotions in Impel Your Final Quest, where you get up to 70% in Steam credit when you buy selected components, and shout out for MSI when you can get up to £35 Steam credit for leaving a review on eligible products that you currently own. Please check out the description for all the links and information. A massive thank you to MSI for sponsoring the series. So first up, we've got the Aztec Initium clutch pedal, which is built from glass fibre reinforced composite like the pedals and uses a torsion spring with a Hall effect sensor, just like the throttle and brake. It's built to the same high standard, and the nice thing with Aztec's design is everything's modular, so you can upgrade each pedal individually over time instead of replacing the whole set. The clutch is around £35, so one of those no-brainer upgrades if you're going to run anything like a shifter or a handbrake. It really ties everything together when you want a more authentic feel. Then we've got the Aztec wheelbase boost kit, which is where things get a little bit spicy. It bumps the torque of the motor from 5.5 Nm up to 8 Nm, and also raises the slew rate from 1.9 Nm per millisecond to 2.5. Now the higher slew rate basically means the force feedback reacts more sharply and gives you a more detailed, connected sense of grip, or loss of traction for that matter, and also more detail on your curbs and little details like that. It's a 180 watt power upgrade that simply plugs into your existing power connector that you get when you buy the Initium bundle, so no extra things required. It's around the £100 or $100 mark, and is a really nice upgrade, I think, once you've upgraded your pedals first. The reason I say that is the extra torque and slew rate, for example, is really nice, but if you don't have your pedals upgraded, it feels a little bit misbalanced. It's like upgrading the engine in your car, but then taking it on a track day with the same brakes. It's going to be a little bit mismatched. So once you've upgraded the throttle, added the clutch and upgrade kit, then I think that 8 Nm makes perfect sense. Now, shifters and handbrakes. First of all, we've got the Fanatec Clubsport shifter, which is kindly sent out by Scan Computers UK. This is a really nice unit that can switch between age pattern and sequential, does both in one unit, really solid metal construction, and also really satisfying when you go between the gears. This natively works with Fanatec wheelbases, although the support will depend on the model, something you may need to check if you are using a Fanatec base. We'll go into a bit more depth about the non-Fanatec models in a minute as well. Now you can pick up cheaper shifters. For example, this Moser is an H pattern. They also do a sequential version. They're both USB, so you don't need the Fanatec adapter, but they do sound a little bit clunky, and also the sequential shifter has a click which might not be to everyone's preference. The Fanatec hits a really nice middle ground. It is going to be a bit pricier, but you get H pattern and sequential built in, and you can easily switch between them with a small toggle underneath. It also comes with different gear knobs, and it will just overall feels a bit more refined. If you're willing to spend a little bit more up front, this is the one I personally choose. It's one of those bits of kit that you just buy once and then you'll keep for years. Now in terms of handbrakes, Fanatec also offer a Clubsport handbrake. This was kindly sent out by Scan Computers UK again. This is ideal for rally or drifting, giving you an extra layer of control. Now the E-Racer cockpit we're using here only has a single handbrake mount by default, so it's really convenient the Clubsport shifter and handbrake can bolt together, so you don't need any additional brackets or extra drilling. Now the shifter and handbrake give you proper rally and drift options, and they feel great once you've got them fitted. There are a couple of small things worth mentioning though if you're not using a Fanatec setup. First of all, the shifter doesn't come with the M6 bolts you'll need to mount it like to a rig that I'm using, so you have to grab some of those separately. That's not the end of the world, but at this price point I think it should include a couple of universal fittings in the box. Then secondly, if you're going to use these with non-Fanatec wheelbases, you'll need the Clubsport adapters, which are USB to RJ11 adapters for each accessory. These are going to be around $30 each, so by the time we've picked up both you're looking at another £50 or so. It's not a deal breaker, but certainly something worth mentioning, and just one of those like annoying extra fees that you may not expect. Now, other little things you can talk about. Gloves, not essential, but they do add to the experience. They protect your hands for longer sessions and give you a bit more grip on the wheel. I've been using a pair of Sparco, which are engineering gloves, which can also be used for sim racing. They usually cost around £28 to give that authentic racing feel, but there have been reports of them becoming a little bit fibrous after a few months of use. Now I've also got a pair of gloves here from High Gloves, which are originally meant for Hydrox racing, like a kind of fitness thing, but they offer great grip, are also cheaper, and feel like a bit of a hidden gem compared to the bigger brands. At the time we're filming, these are $16.99 on sale, and with really cheap shipping at $1.99, you're going to get them all for £20 delivered. Now there are going to be some other things you can obviously add to your kit further down the line. Seat haptics, vibration kits, the kind of things we covered in the first episode. The wind simulators, for example, that adjust with the in-game telemetry. Pretty cool. We've also got LED lighting kits, and then the motion platforms. That's hopefully something we could potentially look at in the future. So those are a few optional accessories to really personalise your sim rig. The Clubsport shifter and handbrake really give you nice rally and drift options, and then the clutch pedal and boost kit really bring your setup to a full-blown racing experience. And gloves just to add a little bit more comfort and control for those longer sessions. Next time, the final part, episode 6, we're going to wrap up the series with a full review of the rig, my final thoughts on whether this budget rig really delivers for new sim racers. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate all the support on the previous episodes. It's been a real enjoyable experience for me to do these, something a little bit different too. Hopefully you've all been enjoying it as well. I'll leave all the links for the products I featured in the description box below if you fancy picking anything up, and I'll see you all in the next one.